Welcome to our YouTube channel and to our podcast, Living in Key West, where we talk about things happening in Key West, things happening in our life, and real estate. If you feel so inclined, please click the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. This is Stephanie. I am Greg. Stephanie, what is going on? Oh, yeah, we're also the Little Island Group.
Yeah, we're real estate agents in Key West.
Yes.
And we sell real estate in Key West and in the Lower Keys.
Yep.
And what's going on? So there's a lot going on. It is...
Oh, there is.
Well, wildly enough, Christmas week.
Nah, that's fake.
I know. We keep talking about it. It's so crazy. Like, that it's... We say this every year. I think when you become an adult, like, time just flies by so much faster. And it just feels insane to me that it's Christmas week.
Well, when you work every day, too, that kind of blurs everything together. I
It
can
does.
swear it was February a couple of days ago.
I know.
So
It sure seems like it.
we got Winnie pacing around down here.
Well, I don't think we were in Greenville yet, but close this time last year.
We
Didn't we get there on like the
did
23rd?
We went like, yeah.
So we're very close to when we headed up to Greenville, which was a fun season. But yeah, it's crazy how much life changes in a year, and we're in Key West selling real estate, loving it.
We absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And Key West is beautiful right now. I mean, Key West is beautiful all the time, but this morning we were sweating as we were walking around.
Yeah, it was 78 degrees.
78 degrees. We took a big walk with Winnie. We always take her on walks in the morning and typically go live on TikTok, but it was so hot. But still, like, seeing the Christmas decorations, hearing the Christmas music, like, everyone seems to be in a better mood. Like, you can definitely tell it's the holidays, and it's just like, it's a fun time to be
It's the
here.
vibe times 2 now.
Yeah.
Because you got the regular Key West vibe.
Yeah.
But now you're like, dang, what's going on? Oh, yeah. It's the holidays. So
It's
you
the
got
holidays.
that extra little oomph.
Yep.
If you turn on the Hallmark channel
Mm-hmm.
and you get, I don't like eggnog. I don't know anyone who does, but
Coquito.
drink a coquito,
Yes.
light a little fire
Yeah.
in a fireplace, not just for fun.
We
people.
actually have a little electric fireplace in our office,
We
which is
do.
really
What's
random
she
and
doing
funny.
down there?
Winnie's getting her bed just right.
Oh,
She's
Winnie's-
about to hit the thing that the
Oh,
camera's on.
please do
If
not.
it shakes, you'll know why if you're watching this video.
It'd be
She's
Winnie.
just being silly. Winnie. See
Oh,
it?
jeez, Mickey.
I'll move her.
The price of bringing your pups to work.
She just had 2 full greenie treats.
Yeah, she downed
I was
them.
hoping she was going to be distracted by them, but she finished them
She
before
decided to eat them. Usually she'll just
Carry them around.
she'll carry them around and then lay down with them and like kind of guard them. And well,
Today she decided to polish them off back to
today
back.
she said bye
Yeah.
greenies.
Yep. So I think we should talk a little bit about last week and what I think is kind of a funny story from a showing that we did. And then we'll dive into some of the stuff that's up for this week, what's going on the island this week. And then, we'll go from there. So
God, I can't even remember what.
we did a lot
What
this
happened?
past week. It's crazy. Time just like blurs together, but we did a lot this past week. So
Honestly, I literally can't. What even happened?
yeah. Well, we did a number of open houses. We did a caravan, which is
Since our
where-
last shoot.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a caravan, which is where a bunch of agents either get on a bus or like drive behind the bus and you
Mhm.
go.
And
you
this one was cool because this was the lower.
it was Lower Keys instead of Key West. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to like Saddle Bunch, Big Coppet, Sugarloaf, and went
To 10 houses.
Yeah, 10 houses. It was exhausting because you
There's a
go,
lot.
it's like a fire drill. Like you
Yeah.
go, you park, you jump out, you do like a quick walk around the house, you get back in your car or on the bus, you go to the next one. It's a really great way to see a lot of properties.
It is fast, but
Very fast.
it's great because you can then know if you're talking to a client and a client saying, "Well, I'm looking for something like this," you can
Right.
say, "Hey, actually, we just walked that
Mm-hmm.
something very similar."
Mhm.
So, or someone will say, "Hey, I was just looking at properties and I saw this one." You can say, "Oh yeah, we've already walked that."
Mm-hmm.
It's this. So I think it's a great thing to do is to go on
It
these
is.
these caravans.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually there's around 20 real estate agents.
Yeah. Yeah.
That go. So
Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing to go on because
Yeah.
it gives you that extra little something if someone asks about something or
Yeah.
says I went to that, or
Yeah.
if you're doing an open house and someone's like, hey, this one doesn't really fit what I'm looking for. I need an extra bedroom. Hey, I actually walked one yesterday. And it was great.
Well, and that's something that we've really been focused on too since we have been down here and building our career on the island, really, is getting in, physically walking into as many properties as we can. So like open houses, caravan, anything we can do to go into these properties, because you can look at pictures and they can tell you one thing, but you walk in and it tells you something totally different. You can feel an energy of houses, which I'm a big, believer in. Like a house has a really great energy. Like we talked about 709 Thomas last week. It just has a really good energy, so being able to say that to someone. So that's something we walk as many properties as we can. And it is very, very helpful. Like you said, when you're talking to clients or someone who's looking for a property, when you've physically been in it, it's a lot easier to recall it and feel like it's going to be a good fit for them versus just like whatever's listed online. So so we did caravan, we did some open houses.
You want to know what I'm really sad about though?
What?
I know this is a completely
right turn.
Yeah. We didn't go to the Christmas at the jail. Technically the farm.
Well,
Christmas at the farm.
Because we did
what did we do? We did something.
Were we doing an open house that morning? I think we did. Didn't we do an open house that morning?
We did. Oh, yes. And then you had the nutcracker.
And then I had nutcracker. So we just couldn't fit it in.
It just didn't fit.
I know.
But that would have been really fun. It looked like they had a ton of people show up, which is great.
Yeah.
If you are on the YouTube channel, you can see that I put up a lot of shorts about the farm that's underneath the jail in Stock Island, Key West. And that would have been really fun to go to and support Farmer Jeannie.
Yeah.
Who does
she
a
had
lot
plenty
of
of support, though.
She had plenty of support.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we were missed.
Yes. Well, Winnie and Perry were.
Well, at least Winnie and Perry, yeah.
I'm sad about that.
I'm sad that we didn't get to do that. It's just there's a lot that goes on the island, and it's kind of constant, like just something going on. And when you hit the holidays, it's even more. Like we're going nonstop. I want to go back to the Butterfly Conservatory and do it live from there. I keep saying that, and
we really haven't had an opportunity.
We just haven't had a chance. So I think we decided Christmas Day we're going to actually go hang out at a beach.
Yep, and maybe the Hemingway House.
Maybe the Hemingway House because it is open.
It's open 365 days a year.
Yep,
which is wild. Yeah. So I want to tell the funny story.
Oh,
it's not like that funny.
Not that funny,
but it's kind of funny to me.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of funny.
Well,
so we're still.
It's probably one of those stories that's funnier to be there.
Yeah,
because it is comical.
Yeah,
but anyways.
Yeah. So we had I think it was on Thursday, we were showing a client a number of properties. And sometimes you've been to the properties, sometimes you haven't been to the properties. So one of the properties we were showing...
And these weren't in Key West?
No. They were a little off the island. So we had seen one, we hadn't seen the other one. That were back to back. And we got to the second one and we had it in Google Maps, but like when you're in a neighborhood,
when you start getting close,
it's like it's on the left and you're like, oh wait, where is it on the left? Yeah, you have
arrived. Like 200 feet left.
Yeah. So we were like looking, so they were following us. We didn't drive in the same car. They were following us. And so like Greg pulled over, like damn near put it in park.
Who says I didn't?
And then we realized that's not it. So then you're all nervous about it, right? Because then you're like, oh God, they're following us. We like parked at the wrong house or whatever. So then we're like, oh, it's got to be that one up there
because we
saw the picture of it.
Because Google Maps,
we knew what it looked like.
Yeah,
and so then
we knew what it looked like, and we actually have driven it. We drove by it.
Yes. So then we're like, oh, it's that one up there because we saw like the same sort of color like up there. So we're like, okay. So we go. He pulls off. Like he was going to park like next to and then we looked at the house number. It was not it. So I'm like, oh my God.
It's like 3 houses that I stopped at thinking like we nailed it. We're here and it's not here. I don't know if they noticed, but
they didn't say anything if they,
Well, the worst part is I'm also like using my blinkers. I'm doing all that so they know where to go. So yeah,
it was fine, but it's just kind of funny. It's just one of those things. Like, I think it's funny when you're learning new areas, new properties, new neighborhoods, all of that stuff. Some of that comes with the territory.
Well, I'd say moral of the story is drive your places.
Scout it before you go.
But once again, we had driven it.
Yes.
It's a long stretch of road, and a lot of them look kind of the same. Yeah.
And Google's like, you've arrived.
And we're like 500 feet from it. So, anyways,
I thought that was kind of funny.
That was an exciting experience.
Yeah, exactly. But okay.
What else?
Let's talk about what's going on this week on the
All right.
island.
What is going on?
So as we get closer to Christmas, surprisingly,
Which is what day? Sunday?
Sunday, yep. Things are
Nice.
winding down a little bit. So there's not as much, but there's still some cool stuff going on. So, well, first and foremost, we've talked about this before, the Conch train tour and the Conch trolley tour. So there's trolley tours on the island and there's train tours on the island, and they do very similar things. It's different companies. But so the Conch train and the Conch trolley companies are both doing like Christmas lights versions of their
Christmas
tours.
light tour, yeah.
Yeah. So those both, the train and trolley Christmas lights tour, run through the 23rd. So if you are interested in doing it, yeah, I thought maybe they would even go through like after.
Yeah, you best get on it.
Yeah, so if you're interested in doing it, you need to do it before Friday, which is the 23rd. So
Golly.
we're doing it tonight.
Well, this launch is on Monday morning.
Yes.
So that will still give you plenty of time once you watch this.
So that'll be the 19th.
That'll be the 19th.
Yeah.
You got till the 23rd. So
Yeah.
once you watch or listen to this, and if you're in Key West, go do it.
Yeah. Go online, buy your
The
ticket.
camera was shaking, so I was staring at it.
Oh,
That's why I stopped
I was like,
talking.
what's happening?
Or did I see someone?
You could. Winnie barks at a ghost up here.
That's true.
Yeah. So go online. You can buy your ticket online. I mean, I'm sure you can buy them in person too,
How
but
much
I
is
would
it,
just buy it.
$40.
That's a
seems
good
lot.
question. I'll look it up.
Well, we're going tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going with because we're Florida Gators. So we're going with the Key West Gator group down here on, I think it's one of the buses or whatever they are.
The trolley.
The trolley,
Yeah.
not the train.
Right.
So the trolley is supposed to be a little bit more comfortable than the train.
Mm-hmm.
But for Christmas lights, that's probably what the difference would be. I was researching it, and it looks like kind of the difference between the trolley and the train is I think the trolley stops a lot more. So, and you can just hop on and off if you do it for a day. This isn't the Christmas light, just the regular trolley tour.
Mm-hmm.
It stops a lot, and you can hop off, and you can go explore one area, and then hop back on the next one that drives by. And whereas the train stops a lot less frequently,
Okay.
like 4 or 5 times, to where the trolley's like
Lots of stops.
15 times.
Yeah. But ours won't stop because ours is a private trolley and we're doing the Christmas lights. So it looks like the train one, I think I just looked up, is about $30. So they're probably both about $30 a ticket
30,
to do that.
$40.
Yeah. But evidently that's the thing to do. We haven't done it before, but we hear that it's very
Phenomenal.
cool and definitely like the one thing you want to make sure you do during the holidays. So we're doing that tonight on an all gator trolley. Yep. So we're doing that. So if you want to do that, do it before the 23rd. Let's see. What else do I have marked here? So the City of Key West Hanukkah menorah lighting is... That doesn't make sense, does it? Hold on. Let me look at my... This date doesn't seem
What
right
does
to
the
me.
date say?
It says
20th?
Sunday the 22nd, but that doesn't make sense because Sunday is the 25th. So I'm thinking they meant to say Thursday the 22nd. Yeah, they just have their day wrong. So
Uh-oh.
City of Key West Hanukkah menorah lighting, 5 p.m. I'm presuming Thursday, December 22nd at Baby Park, because then they have Hanukkah party at the JCC on, their days are messed up, but December 23rd, which makes sense, which would be the Friday. So for our Jewish listeners... And then they have the holiday jazz in the gardens from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Gardens Hotel, which is at 526 Angela Street. They host outdoor jazz in the garden with a full cash bar on site and 20% Christmas discount on bottled wine and bubbly. So if you're looking for something to do on Christmas evening, you could go do
Christmas
holiday
evening or Christmas Eve?
evening.
Oh,
It's
okay.
December 25th from 5 to 7.
Oh.
Holiday jazz in the gardens. So I think that sounds
Okay.
cool. Little bar, little jazz.
A little.
Don't mind if
What
I
do
do.
they play? A little trumpet,
Little yeah.
saxophone,
Could be. I think there's jazz flute.
jazz flutes. Yeah,
Ron Burgundy
This is just
could be
a
there.
rumor, but I heard Will Ferrell will be there playing Ron Burgundy.
He is a jazz flautist.
That's a rumor.
That's a
So I don't want you to go, oh, Greg said he'd definitely be here. Don't do that. But it's a rumor I heard floating the island. Okay?
Okay. So that's on the 25th. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, there's some stuff after, like they start talking about, obviously, in the State's paper, because it goes all the way through it goes through the end of the year. But between now and Christmas, that's really the extent of it. Yeah. So
I feel like the island's picking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's season.
It's season, right? But it's also like we said, it's like a vibe on times two.
Mhm.
Like I felt it this morning when we went. I don't remember what we were doing, but when we went somewhere, and it's exciting. It's fun. It's our first Christmas here. It'll be our first New Year's here.
Yep.
Stephanie's first birthday here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an exciting time of our
It
lives.
is. It is. It's very cool.
Oh, we just missed Perry's birthday.
We did.
Perry, happy birthday, baby.
She's 12.
She's passed out cold, but we'll trick her and let her say that we said it when it was her actual birthday.
Yeah. So what's on your mind this week? Like,
what's on my mind?
Yeah, like anything. It could be random too. Like anything you're just like thinking about this week, reading about this week. Like, what do you? Gators?
No, it's all that crap.
Trying not to think about it.
I try not to think about that. Although it is the recruiting time, so you got the first part of the recruiting is coming up, signing day. Mm-hmm. Since they switched it to where you can sign early signing day, and then you have your February 2nd or whatever. But,
yeah.
So that's going on. It is a lot of bowl games going on, which is kind of fun to watch. We are in the process of trying to find a new place to rent
long term.
Long term.
Yeah.
We decided when we sold our house in Gainesville that we did not want to buy right away, and that we were going to wait a little bit, just because that was our choice, not because it's too expensive or not because of any of that. No. We just wanted to take it easy and all that good stuff. So we are currently in our rental, and that's up at before the end of this month. So we have to find a new place. So.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me, guys.
In the forefront. We're going to go look at a place tomorrow. Looking at a place tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got a couple other
We'll
prospects.
be able to, I don't know. We'll see. Fingers crossed. So if anyone's watching this in Key West and they're like, oh, dang, we got a place. And we love you guys.
Or listening to this.
Yeah, or listening.
Yeah.
Message us. So that's kind of what's on my mind right now, because that's a big thing. And, since we've been in the Keys, we've accumulated a lot of crap. And as, mostly you do. So, obviously moving all that, that's where I'm thinking, like, oh, we're going to be getting a new place. Yeah. We got to move it all.
Well, like you were saying this morning, it would be nice if we can get the dates to overlap a little bit so we can move over like a couple of days. It won't be nearly as hectic because, although we have a lot of crap, quote unquote, it's not like an inordinate amount. It's just like a lot to do in a short period of time, like in one day, and trying to do it in one carload or whatever. So if we can do it over like a couple of days, I think it'll be a lot better. Yeah.
So that's kind of what's on my mind. I kind of would like to, I feel like we've just been going nonstop. I kind of would like to try to take it easier this week.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I want to go out there and do real estate.
Yeah.
I want to go sell some real estate, find some buyers. I want to help out our clients.
Yeah.
So I want to, but then if I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I need to be doing something.
Yeah.
So, and we always have something that we can be doing.
Yeah.
Once again, if we find a place and we're moving, that's going to take up a little bit of time.
But,
yeah. I'd love to take it easy, but I don't think that's in the cards.
Yeah. Well, we're also trying to figure out what we're going to do like Christmas Day. I think we're going to go to the beach, like we were saying, maybe Hemingway House, and then we're going to probably either like go somewhere nice for dinner. You've seen a couple of places, but also One Love is doing like the Caribbean Christmas dinner that we were kind of kicking around because it looks really good too.
We love ourselves some One Love.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well,
what's on your mind?
This is very random.
It is, yes.
But I'll mention it because
you're random.
Maybe someone else feels the same way. I've been thinking, and not obsessed with, but very interested in the Moscow murders. I've been watching a lot of stuff about that. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Crime stuff and like the psychology of it and all that. So that's like, I know it's a little off topic, but that's something I'm kind of thinking about watching, tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone's into that, hit me up on TikTok. Ooh. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about our theories.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
You should do a TikTok about it.
I should do a TikTok about it. Yeah. Speaking of TikToks, we did a TikTok this morning. We did. If you guys are on TikTok, there's a person on there, a creator on there named...
Her name's Danielle.
Her name is Danielle. And her family owns like Marky's Caviar and a couple of different restaurants. I believe they're like in Miami, possibly New York. I think she splits her time. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's called like Joe and the Juice is the place where, I don't know. Anyways, don't quote me on all that. But so she's like recently been posting like these different snacks, and like caviar is typically like obviously
the main part.
One of the part. Yeah. Sometimes she posts stuff that doesn't have caviar, but a lot of it does. So when we were at Eaton Street Seafood Market a while ago, I saw they had like a little caviar fridge. So then when I saw that she has these snacks and it's kind of going a little viral like on TikTok where people are like trying it. Like one of them is the nacho cheese Dorito with creme fraiche and like a big dollop of caviar on it. I was like, okay, we should try that. So we got all the stuff for it yesterday and we tried 3 of her snacks this morning. We posted a TikTok of us doing like our reactions.
Yeah, because neither one of us had caviar.
No. And we got like nice caviar. So we
did.
Yeah.
It was $50 for like an ounce.
Like a little tiny thing. But yeah, because I think if you get the cheaper stuff, it can be like really fishy or just kind of like weird or whatever.
So needless to say, we only put one of those little tiny rubs on there at a time. We really, we're really milking that $50.
Actually, that stuff goes bad in like 2 days. So we're going to have to like eat some Doritos.
We're going to be putting it on every meal. I'm going to drink a smoothie later. I'll toss some of those in there just for...
If we had it, we put it in our coffee.
We just... Caviar coffee. Everything. We'll give it to our baby girls.
Yeah. So if you're on TikTok, go watch that video because we did 3 snacks. There's another one that I want to do tomorrow that's really interesting because I have some of the ingredients already since we have the caviar. So we'll do another one tomorrow. But go watch that video.
They're all good.
Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, caviar is, I think my impression is...
At least the caviar we got.
It's good. I could see the allure. I don't know that I've had anything yet that would make me crave it necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not for the cost either.
Right. It's such a delicate and like very like light taste almost. But like I get it because it definitely adds like a brininess to what you're eating. Like I get it. But like, yeah, I don't know that I'm like, oh, I'm going to crave that and need to go get that at some point.
Maybe we didn't have the best caviar. I don't know.
Because then after
we had white sturgeon.
We had but I read that that's good.
That's supposed to be pretty good.
But I did get it at the Eaton Street Seafood Company. Yeah. Then we were making other stops trying to find other ingredients, and we went to both Fausto's. And the Fausto's that's over here closest to us, not the one on White Street, the one on Fleming.
Yep.
They had Marky's Caviar. And if I would have gone there first, I would have got that because that's her family's caviar. So I didn't get that, but I would be willing to try it because I like it. I like it fine. I just feel like...
So actually, Danielle, just send us some and we'll try it.
Yeah, totally. Marky's...
This is my opinion on it.
Okay.
Once again, I'm coming back to cost, right? Because it is fairly expensive. $50 for just a little bit.
Yeah.
I would not be like, dang, I need some caviar.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go drop $50 on.
Sure.
For that little amount.
Yeah.
If it was $5-10, sure. But I'm not going to crave it to where I'm like, I want to go spend a lot of money on the caviar.
Yeah.
Now, once again, I'll say maybe it's not as good as the Marquis caviar. And maybe if I had that, I'd be like, that's delicioso.
Yeah. Or, in fairness, maybe we would try it in a different dish or like on a different food. And we were like, ooh, this really like complements and goes. But I'm really excited about the one we're doing tomorrow. Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
That has caviar on it?
Mm-hmm. I've already told you the recipe like 5 times and you keep asking me and keep saying like, what is on it?
I'm sorry.
It has caviar.
You know why?
Because you're not listening?
No. That's messed up. If anything, I'm listening too well.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll have another.
I'll tell you what's on it. It's a ice cream cone, some vanilla ice cream, some truffle honey, and some caviar. Is there anything you'd like to say to me right now?
Good job. Yeah, so we're going to try that one tomorrow. So that's the other thing that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're drooling a little bit right now.
No, I'm not. But I am thinking about the truffle honey. It's
Here's
very good.
Get you the bib.
We need some little island group bibs.
Drool bibs.
Yeah, drool bibs.
I need a bib for real, though, because I'm a messy eater.
Yeah.
So, but Perry loves that I'm a messy eater.
Perry's a drooler.
Perry is a drooler. So, we had a three-legged chihuahua named Belle. And, man, that girl, sweetest little angel. She's lived to be 17.
Bless her heart. So sweet. Such a good girl.
This year. It had to have been this year.
We've been traveling this year.
That's true. Golly, poor sweet angel.
Last year.
She passed away towards the end of last year. Because it was right before we sold our house.
It was like May of last year, and we sold our house in November.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, because it was right before the Keys trip. I knew it was before something. Poor baby. It's been that long. Anyway, she was the sweetest little angel. But she knew her papa, and she would, if I was eating, she'd be as close to me as she could be, and she'd wait. She'd sit there patiently. Perry's still learning that part. But she'd sit there patiently, and when I was done, she'd be like, if I was eating whatever, we'll just say Doritos, she'd clean me up. Look like I'd never dropped in a little anything. So, as Belle was getting older and Perry had just joined her family, Belle taught Perry what she needed to do to make sure her papa stayed clean and all that. So now Perry has taken that role. She's a little bit of a shark, though. Sometimes if you accidentally like brush by her face with a ruffle, you could be pulling back.
Well, hasn't she like bit your nipple a couple of times?
Oh my God, it's a little private. But yeah, she has. It's because there's like food there. It's not just because I'm not lactating or anything.
Yeah. Well, and also because you're eating your snacks in bed. You like to have your like Doritos, like you like to have your snacks.
Yeah.
While you're in bed. So you eat your Doritos and they go on your shirt, and then she cleans off your shirt. But sometimes she gets a little too into it.
Yeah, she gets carried away.
She gets in the zone.
And she just
nibbles
my nipple. She nibbles my nibble. She's embarrassed right now.
She's embarrassed. She's like, come on, guys.
Dad. But so she makes sure I stay clean. Belle taught her well.
Yep.
And
oh my God, look at her tongue.
Golly, guys, if you don't have a sweet dog or a pet in general, I guess there's some cat people out there and bird people. Just you got to do it. I mean, if it's right for you, if you just want the ultimate joy in your life, get yourself a Perry. There is actually, that's what we should start doing, a featured pup.
We should do a featured pup.
Peaches.
Peach.
Did Peaches get adopted?
I haven't seen any updates. Peaches.
Peaches, where was that?
I think it was Fawn's Small Dog Rescue on Facebook. I followed a number of rescues. I'm pretty sure it was Fawn's Small Dog Rescue. Adorable. You can do a pic. You can do a photo.
I will. If we weren't, if we owned our house right now, there's a high likelihood we'd have 4 dogs.
Peaches
because I would have I'd get Peaches in
I think she was like 10 or 12. Perfection.
Peaches. And then we'd of course have to find another dog named Cream. So we'd have, that's Peaches and Cream. So.
Yeah.
What do you think, Pepper?
All right.
What's up?
So I think the other thing I wanted to talk, we should talk about the real estate, like the property we want to talk about this week.
Really
so do you have one that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think we kind of discussed it a little bit in the car, but it's actually a really nice house. It's not run down. It's nicely renovated. Has a pool in the backyard, and it's a 3.
Which one are you talking about?
The transient.
Oh, the one on Catherine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's on Catherine Street. It has its transient license, which means it can rent nightly, which is a little rare here in Key West, especially for a house. And they're projecting for 2023 to do $320,000, which would be phenomenal. And it is listed right now.
They did a price drop. It's $3,385,000.
3,385. It
Yeah.
was at 3.6.
Yeah.
Which was probably a little overpriced.
Yeah.
So now they dropped it down to 3,385. It's a really cool house, super close to Duval. It's on Catherine Street, but literally less than a block from Duval. And it has to be in that transient receivership zone. So
yeah, it's
really
nice.
Cool. It's renovated. It's really nice.
Did you say it's a 3.5, and that each room has its ensuite?
Yep, each room has an ensuite, and then there's a half bathroom outside. Right?
Yeah, by the pool, so you don't have to come inside. You can just go in there.
And that's a great monthly or nightly rental.
Yeah,
See, I'm so used to saying monthly.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Yeah. But no, you can nightly.
It's nightly. Yeah, and they have a property manager or like a rental manager who they're working with, who uses dynamic pricing. And so they've really been able to maximize their return. Like what hotels use. Right. So it's like depending on if it's a more busy time, then the rates go up. If it's a slower time, the rates go down. So it's dynamic, like day by day or night by night. And they've really been able to optimize the situation or the property, so they're able to make as much money as possible. And they're projecting $320,000 for next year, just based on bookings and what's going on the island and stuff. So it's, if the numbers made sense and you were looking for an investment property at that price point, and the great thing about it is it truly is in really great shape. So if you wanted an investment property,
it's nice. And it has off-street parking.
Probably
get 2 cars in there if you really want to.
Yeah. But it's a nice house to go stay in. So say you wanted to vacation here or stay a season here, it would be extremely comfortable, but it's also a great investment. You're going to make some money on your property for sure. So that's our property.
Property of the week.
You didn't say the address, did you?
No.
It's 530 Catherine Street, 530 Catherine Street, Key West, Florida.
So if anyone's interested in that, go ahead and shoot us a little message.
Yep. It's a very cool property.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah, so I think the final word maybe on this podcast is I wanted to talk a little bit about, and this, this is inspired by a conversation that I had with a friend last week. We took a big leap in our life last year. We sold our house. We sold all our stuff. We traveled. We did not know what we were doing. We talked about this in our last podcast. In our
first podcast.
Yeah. We truly did not know where we were going, what we were doing. But we just kind of took a leap, and we knew we loved Gainesville. Like we said, we love Gainesville. We liked our house just fine. We love Gainesville. But it was just sort of a feeling of like, if we could pick anywhere to live, if we could pick any house, is this what we would pick? And I think for me, the house, definitely the answer was no. In Gainesville, I was very wavering on, because I love Gainesville, but I wasn't sure that like if I could pick anywhere, if that's where I would want to live. And so that was sort of the catalyst for us making the move. And over the time that we've been traveling and this big change in our lives, I think we've learned a ton.
Yep.
We have experienced a lot. I would say that individually and together, we're better for the experiences that we've had. And it was a good, I look back and say, I wouldn't change anything about it. And it was, even in the challenges, I think we learned so much. And we have a friend who's going through a really big upheaval in her life right now. And I know that she's grappled with it a little bit coming into it, and kind of facing the unknown really is the scary part. But recently when we were talking, I've noticed a change in her where there's like an excitement. She doesn't know what's next, and she doesn't know what it's going to look like, but she's really excited to close this chapter and to start something new, a new place to live, a new career. I mean, she's really changing. She changed like how we did in many ways, like changing a lot of things. And I think maybe the takeaway is, I hope that anyone listening who listens to us for more than just real estate information, which is fine if that's why you listen to us, but I hope that in hearing our story, there's some inspiration to you if there's something that you're excited about or intrigued by or interested in, or you feel like maybe you want to do something different in your life, that you take away that sometimes you just really need to trust yourself that you'll be able to handle whatever comes up as you make that change. And you don't have to know like the whole staircase, so to speak. You just need to know the first step and then the next step and then the next step. And like the journey unfolds in front of you. And that could be something, it doesn't have to be selling your house.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
job.
the extreme like we did or like
they're
doing. So
it could be that you just like desperately want to write a book, right?
Yeah.
Or start a Shopify shop and sell
you want to start woodworking.
You want to start wood or anything that's exciting to you, anything, whatever it is. Or it could be as big as changing everything in your life because it's just not working and you're just ready
and moving across the country.
Sure. Or moving internationally or traveling or starting a new career or RVing. Absolutely. Or, I mean, there's so many. It makes me sad, I think, when you look around and you realize that there are people who are unhappy because of like the fear of the unknown. And so like the discomfort of the known keeps them where they are, but you can tell that they're unhappy. But that discomfort, it's like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. And I don't have a judgment around that. I just hope that maybe someone listening will feel empowered or inspired or confident in their ability to handle what comes up. You don't have to know the whole staircase, but you have to tap in and say, is there something that I really want to do? And do I trust myself enough to handle what comes up? Because I firmly believe that if you have something on your heart or something that's nagging you or something that you want to do, you have the tools to make it happen. Like you have the tools to learn what you need to learn. You have the tools to have the conversations you need to have. Whatever it is, like those things will come up in you as you need it when you're on your journey. So what do you have to say about all that?
All right, everyone, you have a great day. No. What I would say is I agree with what Stephanie's saying, and it's not a picnic. It's not a walk in the park.
No, not at all.
It takes, to me, it takes a lot of bravery.
Yeah.
If you're by yourself, it's even more difficult, right?
Absolutely.
Luckily, we have each other, which made it much easier. To make that change by yourself is, to me, twice as hard.
Yeah.
And it could definitely be scary, but it's so exciting and so it truly is. I mean, unless you're completely just satisfied with you feel fulfilled, like you're already doing your dream job or you already live in your dream house or you already have all this stuff, like it could be really exciting to have that change. Once again, it's scary. It's a lot of work. I'll use our example. We didn't know where we were going the night before.
Yeah.
But like Stephanie said, we wouldn't change it. Only thing I changed is maybe knowing where we were going the night before. But
sure.
That also worked in our favor as far as getting places. So, you got to sometimes take that leap of faith if you're wanting a change or if you're feeling stuck or if you don't know what to do. What do you enjoy doing? Where have you always thought you wanted to live? Anything along those lines, take that leap of faith and believe in yourself that it's going to work out one way or another. And if it doesn't, it's still going to be okay.
Well, I think of it as like,
figure it out.
It's all information.
Yeah.
It's all information. If it doesn't work out exactly the way you've planned or exactly the way you thought it was going to unfold.
Yeah, there's going to be bumps in the road.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, I think, for us, like something as small as like, we got our license. We talked to a lot of different brokers and we at that time in our journey, we ended up signing up with one because it just, of the ones that we had talked to, it was like the right fit. But we kept going. We kept on our journey. We didn't know exactly how it was going to unfold. We were very open to what was going to come into our path and be ready to, jump on the opportunity when it came. And like our broker, we really it's just like, the story is like,
we switched brokers.
We switched brokers. Yeah.
Like the broker we're with now.
We switched brokers, and it's like, you couldn't have written the script, and so you just have to be open to a little bit of magic and like things happening. So you have to like figure out what you want, decide to take steps towards it, take the steps you know how to take or you feel inspired to take, and leave some room for the magic and the stuff, to happen that you can't predict or control.
And I think also, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are like, if you have really good friends or family members, don't be afraid to ask for help. Hey, whatever the case is, don't be afraid to ask.
Absolutely.
Have faith in yourself. Have faith in the process. Have faith in a lot of things. And, I know we make it sound like, it's going to be so easy. It's going to be rainbows and butterflies.
No.
That's not the case.
No.
But the end result, hopefully, once again, in our case, we're not at our end result. But I'm loving where we're at right now.
Well, and I think you have to think about, like, is the pain of staying where you are, like if you wake up in a year, would you rather the pain of being where you are, where you feel like you're not doing what you want, you're not living where you want, you're not whatever, is that pain better, or would you rather the growing pain, the pain of the, discomfort of learning or of having to ask for help or, doing things you don't necessarily want to do? Like, I would rather that pain because you're moving in the right direction.
Did you... this coffee's not helping. Or would you say in that year that you didn't do it, but you thought about it, now you're a year further that you could have done that step.
The time's going to go by anyway.
Time's going to go by. And
yeah.
So,
and I think the other thing too, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, is when I was talking to our friend who is getting ready to go through, is in the midst of going through some pretty big upheavals and is making some pretty big choices that, would be considered, I don't know, maybe unconventional. I don't even know if that's the right answer, or the right word necessarily, but certainly off the beaten path, I would say. Some things that don't necessarily, if you looked at it from the outside, you would say, well, that doesn't make sense, right? And I don't want to divulge too much because, privacy and all that. But there are a lot of things that maybe people from the outside would say, that doesn't seem logical. I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening, and that doesn't seem logical. And I told her that when you start to make decisions that are unconventional, or you start to choose better or bigger or different things for yourself, and you start to do things a little differently, that it is entirely likely that you will get pushback. That's just the reality. I told her to be ready for it. I told her, I was like, you have to understand that there are going to be people, even well-meaning people, who they don't get it because it's different. Yep. And so you have to know that, and it's better to know it going in. Hopefully, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst, and hope that you are going to have nothing but cheerleaders, right? Nothing but people who are like, that is amazing. That is so cool. How can I help? Just so excited for you, so supportive. But the stronger likelihood is there are going to be people who are made uncomfortable by you choosing to make a different decision, or you doing something unconventional, or you not having all the answers, or whatever it is. And you have to be really okay with being, I don't know, misunderstood or, judged or unsupported or whatever it is. Like, you just have to be okay with it. You have to be fortified in yourself, and you have to be ready. Hope for the best, but plan that there could be some pushback or some naysayers or some people who don't get it or whatever it is. And that's okay. Because again, if I'm picking between the two paths, right? I'm picking that path.
Yep.
Because I'm moving in the right direction, and we're changing our lives. And so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit more. It came up this past week with a friend who's, kind of walking a very
similar.
a similar
Yeah.
path.
Different, but similar.
And we have a little bit of hindsight, clarity now.
Yep.
We're still on the path. But, I wanted to share that just in case there's anyone who's listening for that purpose or, resonates with any of that. I hope that you'll have faith in yourself and you'll stay the course even when it's tough because it's worth it.
Yeah.
It really is. It's worth it.
And, if anyone has anything so that was on Stephanie's mind.
Mm-hmm.
I said what was on my mind. So if anyone has anything that you'd like us to talk about,
Yeah.
shoot us a message, write it on the YouTube little thing, and
Yeah, you can TikTok us, email us, whatever.
We'll do our best to talk about it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's real estate, Key West related, or just, changing your life.
Yeah.
Doing unconventional things.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let us know.
We'd love
That's
to
what
talk
we're
about
here
it.
for.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Guys, thank you once again. We're
Yeah.
Stephanie and Greg. We are the Little Island group of Keys Atlantic Realty here in Key West, Florida, selling real estate here in Key West and the Lower Keys. If you feel so inclined, please click the subscribe button. Thank you so much. See you next week.
See you next week.